They are now officially King University, and I'll get used to it before this night is over. We talked in the pregame about Mia Long. Long, the point guard for the Pioneers coming into this year, the 5'4" sophomore out of Ann Arbor, Michigan, by way of Concordia. She is a sophomore and lightning quickness and speed at the point guard position for the Pioneers. Her sister, an All-American track star at the University of Michigan. Tusculum leads this all-time series with King 17-14, although the Tornado have won 3 of the last 4 against the Pioneers. Pioneers' last win of the series came on November the 14th of 2015 in an overtime 73-70 win back here at Pioneer Arena. Tusculum has won 10 of the last 13 meetings with King here at Pioneer Arena, dating all the way back to 1991-92. But tonight, it's the second game of the Conference Carolinas South Atlantic Conference Challenge as Tusculum tries to get bragging rights against the King University Tornado, and a game in which you look at these two rosters. You've got Lovely Locklear out of Cary, North Carolina for Tusculum. You've got Amy Vandevenner out of Cary, North Carolina for King. You've got Morgan Depew out of Elizabethton, Tennessee for Tusculum. You've got Mackenzie Bennett out of Jonesboro, Tennessee for King. You've got Allison Littleton out of Gray, Tennessee for King. You've got Jasmine Williams out of Morristown, Tennessee for Tusculum. The point is, these two teams recruit a lot of the same players. They're in two different conferences. You've got King, a team that went to the NCAA tournament a year ago. You have a Tusculum team who's trying to get back to the NCAA tournament after 5 straight trips to the NCAA tournament and an Elite 8 appearance. Those days seem like they're in the distant past, as the Pioneers have not been there in 6 years. But Devin Carter has this team headed back in that direction. The Tusculum College Pioneers look to move to 2-0 on the season coming up against King, as Tusculum and Devin Carter picked up his 20th victory in his Pioneer coaching career last night. He in his 3rd season as the Pioneer head coach. Back with your starting lineups and opening tip after this. Again, it's Tusculum and King from Pioneer Arena on the campus of Tusculum College as you listen to Liddy Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, 1 team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
At this time, let's meet our starting lineups. First for our guests, the Tornado of King University. At guard, a 5'6" freshman from Huntington, Tennessee, number 12, Allie Golden. At guard, a 5'9" senior from St. Martin, Virginia, number 15, Arnell Collins. At guard, a 5'9" junior.
Welcome back inside Pioneer Arena on the campus of Tusculum College as Tusculum and King set to do battle here in the second and final day of the South Atlantic Conference of the Carolinas Challenge here at Pioneer Arena. Your starting lineups, first for King, they'll start at guard, a 5'6" freshman from Huntland, Tennessee, Allie Golden. At guard, 5'9", a senior from South Riding, Virginia, Arnell Collins. At the wing, 5'9", a junior from Clinton, Tennessee, Kristen Couples. At forward, a 5'10" freshman from Knoxville, Tennessee, Shay Davis. And at center, a 6'2" senior from Cary, North Carolina, Amy Vandevenner. King and her head coach, Josh Thompson, a 2000 graduate of NEAC University, in his 7th season at King with an overall record of 101 wins and 73 losses. The Pioneers will start at point guard, 5'4", a sophomore from Andover, Michigan, Mia Long. At the wing, a 5'9 junior from Greensboro, North Carolina, Sydney Wilson. At the other wing, a 5'8 junior from Ocoee, Florida, Yolisma Kubidon. At post, a 6-foot junior from Greensboro, North Carolina, Casey Johnson. And at the other post, a 5'9 junior from Nashville, Tennessee, Matoria Patton. Tusculum under head coach Devin Carter, a 2010 graduate of Elon University. In his third season here at Tusculum, picked up his 20th victory in his 3-year coaching career last night. Now 20 wins and 32 losses as he tries to rebuild this Pioneer program and looks to go 2-0 on this young season. Devin Carter assisted by Lady Comfort and graduate assistants Shanice Whitener and Kristen Atwell. It was brought to my attention by the executive producer of the Pioneer Sports Network that the names on this Pioneer roster, which I struggled with a little bit last night, Yolisma Kubidon, along with Kiana Batagel, Denise Belkaran, but then you also have Lovely Locklear and Lady Comfort. Folks, it's going to be an entertaining season. Both the men and the women, exciting brands of basketball this year. As you heard last night, Tusculum fell at the hands of King, but the Pioneer football team, big victory over Wingate University today, as the Pioneer football team knocked off the 12th-ranked team and undefeated Wingate today at Pioneer Field. Opening tap up and controlled by King, and we're underway. As into the front court comes Kristen Couples. She'll drive it all the way to the bucket. Couples got the opening tip, took it straight to the hoop, and put it up and in. And King, just like that, takes the early 2-0 lead. Pioneers with Long. Nice dish underneath Patton, put it up and in. Great assist from Long. Drew the defense to her, found a wide open Patton, and the game's tied at 2. Pioneers will show full court pressure in backcourt as Allie Golden, the freshman, brings her into the front court for King. Tip pass and taken away by the Pioneers. Yolisma Kubidon on the sprint to the hole. Rolls good. Kubidon with the steal and the bucket, and the Pioneers with back-to-back buckets take a 4-2 lead over King. And the Pioneers nearly get the steal with Lovely Locklear, who got the start in place of Sydney Wilson tonight. And King will inbound deep in the right corner. They reset the shot clock, and I'm not sure why. It didn't look like there was a possession change. Tusculum guarding the inbounds as King gets it into Allie Golden. Golden ahead to Shea Davis. Lob pass underneath to the 6'2" Vandeventer. Vandeventer back outside. Right wing feed Shea Davis. Crossover dribble on Lovely Locklear. Now Vandeventer will fire from the free throw line. Shot no good. And Patton pulls down the board for the Pioneers, and Long looks to run. Outlet feed to Locklear. Dribbles in, pulls up, kicks it back outside for Long. She'll drive in the paint. Shut off the glass, up and in. Mia Long just dribbled past everybody, got the easy bucket, and the Pioneers take a 4-point lead and force another turnover in front court. And a quick timeout called by Coach Josh Thompson. It'll send us to a break. Pioneers started down by 2. They've scored 6 straight. 8:37 left to play in the opening quarter. Tusculum 6, King 2. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The challenges facing the country never stop. So neither does the U.S. Army. We train, adapt, and get smarter. Every soldier, every unit, every day. Not to keep up with change, but to drive it. Nobody knows what problems tomorrow will bring, but we do know who will solve them.
The biggest investments of your life. For years, Realty Executives East Tennessee Realtors of Greenville has been offering 5-star service to its clients. Our agents listen to your needs, work tirelessly for you, and always keep your best interests at heart. Simply call 639-3465 or Google Realty Executives East Tennessee Realtors of Greenville for our contact information and to read our 5-star reviews. Let Realty Executives guide you home.
Welcome back to the Pioneer Sports Network. Pioneer Basketball, your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again,
Pioneer basketball coming out of the King timeout. Inside feed, Patton underneath, got it on the low block, got it deep and put it up and in. And after starting this game down 2-0, the Pioneers have scored 8 straight. And dribbling the basketball out of bounds underneath is King. Great defense by Casey Johnson, and it should be Pioneer basketball after the officials get together as the King players just literally dribbled it out of bounds. So Tusculum will have the basketball as they force yet another turnover. It's the 3rd turnover of the game on King. We've only played 2 minutes. Casey Johnson brings it into the front court, picked up by Allie Golden. Double team trap comes, gets it off to Mia Long. Long looks to drive all the way to the hoop, and the Pioneers get a break there. Looked like good defense, but Long draws the foul and will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The foul's called on Shay Davis. That'll be her first, the team's first, and Mia Long to the free throw line. Long last night was 5 of 11 from the free throw line and 15 points. First free throw is up and in. Pioneers now with Long at the line looking to push their run to 10-0, and they do. 10-0 run by the Pioneers, and they lead it 10-2. 8 minutes left to play in the opening quarter. King into the front court. Left wing feed to Collins. Double team trap comes. Passes out of it to Kristen Couples. Long all over Couples. Trap comes with Lovely Locklear. Couples got away with a travel. Now Vandeventer from the free throw line. The left-handed shot is no good, and Casey Johnson comes away with the rebound for the Pioneers. Long looks to run. What else is new? Casey Johnson at the top. Right wing feed to Lovely Locklear. Left open. She'll fire a 3. This one's off the mark. Nice scramble defense by Kubidon as she tipped the rebound away, and the Pioneers get a second chance opportunity. Kubidon came out of nowhere to get that basketball. Driving bucket, Casey Johnson. Casey Johnson with a quick first step took it all the way to the hoop and put it up and in, and the Pioneer run is now at 12-0. Allie Golden trap, pass tipped away and taken away by Kubidon. Lovely Locklear all by herself. Strike, paint, hoop it in. Lovely Locklear with the steal and the bucket off the tip from Kubidon, and the Pioneers, just like they did a night ago, pushing the issue and being very successful with it. Golden drive, shot, blocked by Casey Johnson and taken away by Kubidon. Outlet feed Locklear, couldn't handle the pass, will have to chase it down, and the Pioneers will set up in the half-court offense. Long, Kubidon, drive, bucket, no. Rebound, Patton goes back up with it and draws the foul, and Patton will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Substitution set to come into the game for the Pioneers as Kristen Couples picks up her first personal foul. It's the second team foul. And Matoria Patton, the 5'9 junior from Nashville, Tennessee, by way of Morristown's Walter State, is at the line shooting a pair. Callie Patterson, Sydney Wilson in. Mia Long and Lovely Locklear comes out. Sutton is at the table as well, but she'll only come in if Patton makes this free throw, which she does. So Sutton comes in for Patton. Casey Johnson and Yelizma Kubidon, the only 2 players that stay on the floor for the Pioneers. When you play this quick of a tempo, you have to go deep into your bench. And Devin Carter showing that ability to do so early in this season. Across the timeline comes Taylor Freeman for King. Errant pass into the hands of Collins. Her jumper's no good, and rebound pulled down by Sutton. Sutton, just like she did last night, showing some toughness on that rebound. Sydney Wilson to Callie Patterson. To the top, and Johnson looks to drive. Cut off on a double team. Goes back to the top, and Patterson fakes the 3. Thought about a step. Now dribbles in. Leaves it for Casey Johnson for 3. Halfway down. Comes back out. No good. Rebound pulled down by King. 16-2 the score. 6 minutes to play in the quarter. Allie Golden drives on Callie Patterson. Cut off. Kicks it back to the top, and Collins. She'll drive the lane all the way to the hoop and puts it up and in. So King stops the Tusculum run at 16-0 and now trails 16-4 off the driving bucket from Collins. Patterson to Johnson, back to Patterson right wing into the deep right corner. Kubidon, nice pass underneath Sutton. Triple team comes. Sutton forces one. Shot no good. Rebound pulled down by King Shay Davis. Davis on the drive. Pass Wilson to the hole. Count it and 1. So the NBA continuation will allow King to go to the free throw line, trying to complete the 3-point play. in the person of Shea Davis. The foul on Sydney Wilson, her first team foul called on the Pioneers of this first quarter. And Davis will be to the free throw line to try to complete the three-point play, and she does. Well, after the Pioneers scored 16 straight, King has scored 5 straight and now trail by 9. Sydney Wilson, lob pass to nobody in particular. Todd Ireland, the recipient of that pass, and he's the assistant baseball coach and not eligible to play basketball for the Pioneers. So it'll be King basketball on the turnover with 5:18 left to play in the opening quarter. Into the basketball game for King will be Taylor Freeman once again as she'll trigger the inbounds play. Freeman to get it in against Callie Patterson. Golden against Kubidon, gets it in backcourt and now brings it across the timeline where she's met by Kubidon, dribbling on the right wing. Quick first step, crossover dribble, will drive on Sutton and Kubidon. Shot blocked by Kubidon and taken away by Sutton. Ahead to Callie Patterson, Pioneers look to run. Patterson didn't see anything in the primary break. Now we'll leave it for Johnson, who knocks down a three from the top. Three-point basket, Casey Johnson, and the Pioneers push their lead back to 12. 19-7 the score on the Casey Johnson three. King in the front court. Between the legs goes Taylor Freeman, drives on Kubidon all the way to the hole, shot no, and Vandeventer goes over the back of Sutton. Good job by Maddie to get position, and Vandeventer goes over her back. Lovely Locklear back into the game for Kubidon for the Pioneers. Coach Josh Thompson does not like the call, but just because you're 6'2" and really long arms doesn't mean you didn't go over the back, because it was just great box out by Maddie Sutton. Very impressed with that freshman so far in 5 quarters. Long season ahead, though. Sydney Wilson for three. Got it. Sydney Wilson was left wide open on the left elbow, and Sydney knocks down the three, and the Pioneers lead by 15, 22-7. A near traveling violation by Holloway of King. Got away with it. Leaves it for Freeman. Her driving buckets off the glass and in. Devin Carter wanted that travel call, didn't get it. I agree with him. Looks like she drugged the pivot foot. Lovely Locklear lost the handle, and then that travel's going to be called. One of these things is not like the other. 22-9 the score. Pioneers with the lead with 4:04 left to play in the opening quarter. That was my musical way of saying call it both ways. Holloway in the front court. Pass tipped and taken away by Sydney Wilson. Wilson underneath Johnson to the hole. Got hammered and will draw a trip to the free throw line as Casey Johnson got fouled hard by Taylor Freeman and will have to earn it the hard way at the free throw stripe. Casey Johnson, who already has 5 points in this game. Patton leads the way with 6 for the Pioneers, and Johnson will toe the line and shoot 2. The foul on Freeman, her first. It's the team's third in this first quarter, and Johnson misses on the front end of the 2-shot foul. Casey Johnson, who had 15 points a night ago, she's now 4 of 7 from the free throw line on the year. Johnson, free throw, good. Johnson makes good on 1 of 2, and Sydney Wilson tips the inbounds pass out of bounds. Devin Carter told me before the game how they stat deflections. They want to have 50-plus deflections in a basketball game. Well, they're well on their way to that here in the opening quarter. Pioneers everywhere defensively. There's another deflection as Callie Patterson went for the ball, got the ball. The 2 players fell to the floor, and the foul's going to go on Callie Patterson. Callie Patterson picks up her first personal. It's the team's second. And King will inbound in backcourt. That's the impressive part. The Pioneers forcing all these turnovers and playing aggressive defense, and they've only picked up 2 personal fouls. Double team trap on the sideline, and King will have to throw it off of the foot of Casey Johnson in inbound side front court with 18 seconds on the shot clock. The Pioneers just had her trapped on the out-of-bounds line right in front of Joyce and Mitch. With the basketball at the top, Ariel Holloway. Holloway goes back to the top, and Freeman working on Casey Johnson, drives on Casey Johnson, picked up by Sutton. Sutton tipped the pass and out of bounds into the Pioneer bench, and now King will inbound with 6 seconds on the shot clock. 3:27 to play in the quarter. Pioneers lead by 14. Just frantic pace that the Pioneers are playing with to start this basketball season, and I love it. Holloway at the top, and a traveling violation is going to be called on Holloway. Trying to go with the jump stop, couldn't do it. As Matoria Patton checks back into the game for the Pioneers as Casey Johnson comes out. And at 6'4", Corey West will be into the game. She just towers over Patton at 5'9". Wow, that's a size advantage for King on the inside. Sydney Wilson for three, got it to go. Sydney Wilson knocks down the three. She's got 2 threes in this quarter, and another turnover on King as King gets whistled for the traveling backcourt, and the Pioneers will get the basketball back. Pioneers just coming up with where they left off last night, forcing the tempo, forcing the issue, and forcing turnovers. That's the 7th turnover of this first quarter on the King University Tornado. Three-pointer Wilson. She's got 3. 3 3-pointers in this first quarter for Sydney Wilson. And Sid the Kid has pushed the Tusculum lead to 20 at 29-9. Driving baseline underneath. This will be Shea Davis. Lost the handle, and again it's taken away by the Pioneers. Another steal for Tusculum. Sutton came up with a loose ball. Now Patterson will set it up at the top for Tusculum as Collins comes out to defend. Collins, Sutton, Wilson will fire another 3. And she missed this one, but she gets fouled on the shot. And the rare 3 free throws upcoming for Sydney Wilson as the foul called on the 6'4" Corey West. Look, check out the SAC game. Going big time with the SAC game. Sydney Wilson at the free throw line, shooting 3. First one is up and in. She'll be back at the line to shoot 2 more. Sydney Wilson, who already has 3 3-pointers in the game. She's now got 10 points and has 2 more free throws upcoming. Wilson, free throw, good. 31-9 the score. As Allie Golden back into the game for King. As out will go Arnell Collins. And Sydney Wilson will be back at the line to shoot her 3rd free throw. And searching for 12-point. Wilson, free throw, rolls, no good. She made 2 of 3, and the Pioneers lead 31-9. 2:35 to play in the quarter. Quickly to the front court comes Holloway. Goes right wing to Freeman. Freeman had it tipped and taken away by Sutton. Quick hands from Sutton. Outlet feed Patterson through the lane. Had it tipped away from behind. Somehow controlled it, put it up, no. And King comes away with the rebound. Allie Golden will fire a 3. That one is well off the mark, and the long rebound goes out to Callie Patterson. Pioneers do not have numbers, so Patterson will slow it down and set up in the half court. Not going to see the Pioneers run a half court set too many times this season as they love the transition. Sutton for 3, misses everything and goes out of bounds, so it'll be King basketball with 1:59 to play in the quarter. Kubidon along with Long into the game for the Pioneers. Sydney Wilson comes out. Calvi Patterson comes out. And the Pioneers with Patton, Lovely Locklear, Sutton, Long, and Kubidon on the floor with 1:58 to play in the quarter. Golden in backcourt working on Long. Long showing that sprinting ability and then gets in front of her and commits the foul. Foul called on Mia Long in front court. That'll be her first, just the team's 3rd, which is still amazing to me that the Pioneers can be this aggressive defensively, forcing this many turnovers, and they've only picked up their 3rd personal foul. That's good, clean defense, folks. And there's some more. Lovely Locklear intercepts the pass. Line, lane, hoop it in. Lovely Locklear with the steal and the bucket. And the Pioneers lead 33-9. Just blowing King away in this first quarter. With it at the top, this is Holloway. Turnaround shot no good. Rebound pulled down by Patton of the Pioneers. Ahead to Long, and Long is going to just trot it into the front court. Well, she's going so slow I can actually see her. Long does not go 100 miles an hour very often. Sutton, nice move to the hole. Shot short, no. Quick first step by Sutton, but she short-armed the shot, and King comes away with the rebound. Holloway at the top will drive on Sutton. Lost the handle. Scramble for it underneath. Saves it underneath to Couples. But a foul is going to be called on the Pioneers on the baseline. The foul on Kubidon will be her first. Josh Thompson wants the bucket to count because he said the ball was in the air when he blew the whistle. Well, he may have blown the whistle when the ball was in the air, but the foul occurred long before the shot when she saved the basketball underneath to Kirsten Couples. The ball was in the air during the whistle because it was a late whistle. Underneath West. West shot, rolls, good. So the 6'4" Corey West gets position in the paint and gets the inbounds pass and puts it up and in for King. Mia Long quickly back the other way for the Pioneers. Splits two all the way to the hole, puts it up and in. Mia Long with the quick first step, splits a double team and gets the layup. Beautiful move for the Pioneer sophomore point guard. Three-pointer from the corner for Couple. Shot no good. Rebound pulled down by Mia Long. She looks to run. Long into the front court. Long through the lane. Leaves it for lovely Locklear. Locklear puts it on the floor with the left hand. Kick out. Kubidon. Wide open three-pointer. Nowhere near. Pulled down by Corey West. All due respect to Kubidon, that looked like one of my three-point shots, which is not a compliment. Three-pointer on its way from Holloway. That one's off the mark. And Sutton, who had position. That's an interesting call because Sutton went up with both hands to get the rebound, and they're going to call her for the hook. Well, it's very difficult to hook a player when you go up with both hands to get a rebound. I don't think Sutton has three arms. Corey West at the line shooting a pair. Her first one is up and in. The foul on Sutton, her first, the team's fifth. So the officials doing their part to get the fouls evened up toward the end of the quarter, which I guess was their goal. West makes good on both. 35-13 the score. 9 seconds left to play in the quarter. Kubidon with 7 seconds. Will drive with 5 seconds. Gets hacked on the head, no call. Rebound King. Golden with 1 second. Floater from the free throw line is short, no good. And the first quarter comes to an end. A first quarter dominated by the Pioneers. We head to the break with your score. Tusculum 35, King 13. This is Pioneer Women's Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingles has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time.
Wow, it's funny running into you.
Ingles, all the ingredients for family.
Like Zerniak.
Home for Tusculum College sports. Once again,
Welcome back into Pioneer Arena on the campus of Tusculum College as the Pioneers lead 35-13. As we start the second quarter, as we look at the stat sheet, Tusculum shoots 57% from the floor in that first quarter, 6 steals, forcing 10 King turnovers. And the Pioneers with 19 points off of those 10 King turnovers. Kubidon for 3, bottom. To steal a line from the great John Ward, bottom. I tell you what, the Pioneers just continue where they left off in the first quarter. Steal by Sutton, underneath Johnson, lost the handle, back to Kubidon, put it up and in. And Kubidon scores the first 5 points of the second quarter, and the Pioneers push it out to a 40-13 lead. Lob pass West, shot short, rebound Johnson. So even when the Pioneers don't get the steal, they force an ill-advised shot, and the Pioneers come away with the rebound. Johnson to Wilson. Wilson fakes the three. She'll drive. Shot blocked out of bounds. No, it was saved by West. So King keeps possession. Holloway in the lane. Pull-up jumper. No, but a foul. And that was going to be whistled on the Pioneers. Casey Johnson, that'll be her first, the team's first. And Holloway will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The redshirt freshman out of Atlanta, Georgia, Green Forest Christian Academy. 9:07 to play in the second quarter. Pioneers lead 40-13. The first free throw from Holloway is up and in. Holloway, who is yet to score in the basketball game until now, will be at the line to shoot her second. Holloway, free throw. Back iron, no good. Rebound, Sutton. Sutton pulls down the rebound. And into the front court come the Pioneers. Sutton's third rebound of the game. Now sets a screen at the top for Long. Long drives all the way to the hoop. No, but a foul, and Mia Long will be to the line to shoot a pair. The foul called on Taylor Freeman, her second. It's the team's first of the second quarter. And Long will be to the free throw line. 6 points already in the game for Long. And the first free throw is no good. Long with a very flat free throw shot and also has a very flat three-pointer when she shoots it from there. It's like a line drive, but pretty good at the free throw line last night. She did go 0 for 1 from three-point territory and goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line in this one. And a lane violation going to be called on the Pioneers on the second free throw. So King will have the basketball with 8:53 left to play in the second quarter. West gets the inbounds to Freeman, behind the back dribble, pass Long all the way to the hoop. That's some fancy dribbling, but the shot's no good. Rebound putback, though, was good from Shea Davis. Freeman goes behind the back between the legs, got all the way to the bucket, couldn't convert the bucket, but Shea Davis gets the rebound putback. Long to Wilson, splits a double team. Tough shot in the lane, short, no. Rebound Sutton, takes on 4. Somebody's got to be wide open. That's Johnson. She'll drive, puts it up, no. Got hammered, no call. And the rebound pulled down by West. That slap sound you heard was West on Casey Johnson's arm. Steal by Kubidon in front court, and then a foul going to be called on King, going for the steal to get it back. And on Taylor Freeman, that's going to be her third personal already in this first half. So up off the bench will be Ariel Holloway back into the game as Freeman will go out. Freeman from the very successful Blackman High School out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Blackman, who had the #1 women's basketball recruit in the country, who happened to sign with UConn for some reason. Sutton, head fake, drive all the way to the hoop, put it up, no. Beautiful move for Sutton, but could not convert, and she's frustrated with herself as she comes into the front court. Lots of promise with that freshman post player. Inside feed West, lost the handle, and a traveling violation going to be called on West. Good defensive stop by Maddie Sutton. .24 lead for the Pioneers. My Tusculum degree was slow to register the math. Sydney Wilson drives in, kicks out to Johnson at the top. Entry pass Sutton, turns on West, had it tipped away from behind, saved into the hands of West. King comes back the other way. Holloway into the front court. Long giving chase. Cuts her off. Kick out on the left wing to Collins. Drives on Kubidon. And a blocking foul is going to be called on Kubidon. That's a tough call going against Kubidon because it looked like Collins was just out of control. But the whistle goes on the Pioneers. Eliza Kubidon picks up her second personal. Just the team's second, and King will inbound underneath their own bucket with Holloway. Lob pass to the top, tipped by Patterson into the hands of Collins. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line, and the bank is evidently open as Collins knocks down the bank shot from the free throw line. 7:10 to play, second quarter, 40-18 the score. Long through the lane, leaves it for Patton underneath, who puts it up and in. Long sees the 6'4" Corey West standing in her way and says, "Here, Patton, you put it up and in." And Patton steals the inbounds pass to Casey Johnson, and she puts it up and in. And over and over and over in this game, the Pioneers have turned a bucket into a steal in backcourt into another bucket. Missed shot at the other end for King. West with the rebound. Put back no good. Pulled down by Patterson of the Pioneers. Callie Patterson into the front court. Leaves it for Sydney Wilson for another three. This one's off the mark. And the long rebound goes out to Arnell Collins. 44-18, Pioneers with the lead. 6:29 left to play second quarter. Collins drives to the lane. Shot no good off the bottom of the backboard. And you can tell by looking that King is just gassed. And a timeout call by Tusculum. The Pioneers just running rampant up and down this floor in the first half. We head to a break. Tusculum 44, King 18. This is Lady Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself. Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great.
Welcome back to Pioneer Sports Report. Pioneer Basketball, your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again,
Tusculum calls the 30-second timeout. It's the use it or lose it first half timeout, but it was King who's really starting to look gassed. The Pioneers just in a frantic pace up and down the floor. And King starting to show that the Pioneers' pace is wearing them out already here in this first half. Still a long way to go, but it's been dominated by the Pioneers in this first half. Long pass Sydney Wilson, long range three, shot no good. After making her first three, she's cooled off. And King comes away with the rebound near to the front court. Pioneers still shooting 53% from the floor in this basketball game. And a blocking foul is going to be called inside on the Pioneers. Foul going to go on Long, and that will get Lovely Locklear back up off the bench and into the game for Tusculum. It's the third team foul called on the Pioneers. And again, the second on Long. Inbounds pass goes to Golden, and Lovely Locklear comes out to defend on the right wing. Golden puts it on the floor to the left hand. Nice backdoor cut, Collins. And a traveling violation is going to be called on Collins because of a phenomenal job by Patton cutting off the baseline, stood her ground, and Collins ran into a Patton wall and traveled with the basketball. 5:38 left to play in the second quarter. Coach Carter getting aerial chest bumps at the other end of the bench. Casey Johnson in backcourt for the Pioneers to Sydney Wilson. That's a bad call. That's a bad call. The official looked back and whistled for what he thought he saw. Sydney Wilson passed it back to Casey Johnson. Johnson caught the ball in front court. But the official calls the over and back because it just kind of looked that way. Three-pointer is good from Collins. Three-point bucket for Arnell Collins. And it's now a 23-point lead for the Pioneers, 44-21. And a turnover on the Pioneers as Casey Johnson throws it away. Inbounding on the baseline in backcourt will be Holloway for King. King looks to run. Collins into the front court. Locklear giving chase. Here to the deep right corner, Shea Davis. Entry pass to nobody in particular. She evidently thought that Vandeventer was going to cut the other way because she threw it right into the waiting arms of Patton. Another three-pointer from Sydney Wilson is on the way. Shot no good. Chased down her own rebound, but a foul is going to be called on Casey Johnson going over the back. So second quarter foul starting to catch up with Tusculum as Casey Johnson picks up her second personal. It's the fourth team foul with 4:55 left to play in the second quarter. So Casey Johnson will have a seat. 8 points, 3 rebounds so far in this first half, as King will dribble in backcourt with Ariel Holloway working on Sutton. Holloway dribbles into the corner, gets cut off. Sydney Wilson picks her up. Shot nowhere near. Rebound pulled down by Patton. Outlet feed to Lovely Locklear. Locklear, crossover dribble, pull up three-pointer on its way. Got it to go. Three-pointer off the dribble from Lovely Locklear. It's money in the bank as Lovely Locklear knocks down the three, and the Pioneers with a steal in front court. Locklear tipped the pass right into the hands of Callie Patterson. 2-on-1. Patterson, ball fake, hoop, good. Callie Patterson with the ball fake to get herself open, fake the pass to Sutton and put it up and in. 49-21 now the score in favor of the Pioneers. With the basketball at the top, Holloway. Drive, shot, no, but a foul. And Holloway will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Folks, this brand of basketball is just fun. This Tusculum women's basketball team is as entertaining as anything I've seen in a long, long time, and we're only 2 games into the season. 4:07, not even 2 games. 5.5 quarters. 4:06 left to play, second quarter. Free throw is up and in from Shea Davis. The foul went on Matoria Patton. That is her first. It's the team's 5th. And Davis back at the line to shoot her second. Free throw is no good. Rebound by Patton, as Patton picks up her 5th rebound of this first half. Callie Patterson dribbling on the right wing, going to be picked up by Arnell Collins. Dribbles out of it. Nobody picked her up. Wide open three-pointers, back iron, no good. Got her own rebound. Leaves it for Sydney Wilson. Head fake, dribble drive, pull-up jumper, no. Rebound pulled down by Callie Patterson, and a third chance this trip down the floor for the Pioneers. Hits Sydney Wilson for 3, no, but then gets hammered by Vandeventer, and good sportsmanship by Vandeventer helping her up, as Sydney Wilson will be to the free throw line to shoot 3. Sydney Wilson to the free throw line to shoot 3 free throws, as the foul going against Amy Vandeventer will be her second personal, and that will get Corey West up off the bench, set a check back into the game. Wilson, free throw, good. Sydney Wilson now with 12 points in the basketball game. She's now 3 for 4 from the free throw line and 3 of 6 from 3. Wilson, free throw is good. Wilson makes good on the second. Corey West at 6'4" checks in. Amy Vandeventer at 6'2" goes out. And Sydney Wilson will be back to the free throw line to shoot her third with 3:40 to play in the quarter. 51-22 the score. Wilson, free throw, rolls off, no. Rebound pulled down by Shea Davis of King. Davis with Lovely Locklear on her hip pocket, brings it into the front court. Davis drives on Locklear, gets away with a push-off, now goes to Golden at the top. Golden working on Patterson. Back to Shea Davis. Davis drives, picked up by Patton, shot no good, and an offensive foul is going to be called on King as Patton stands her ground on the baseline. That's the second time we've seen Patton do that same thing, cutting off the baseline. The first time she drew a travel, this time she draws a charge, as the charge goes on Shea Davis, her second personal. It's the team's 4th. This team plays great team defense. Callie Patterson dribbles in, kick out, wide open Sydney Wilson for 3. This one's off the mark. Rebound, Patton, count it, and 1. Matoria Patton with the hoop and the harm will be at the free throw line trying to complete the three-point play as she got the rebound put back, got fouled by Allie Golden, and Golden at 5'6" was nothing to slow down Matoria Patton. She'll be at the line trying to complete the three-point play off the missed three-pointer from Sydney Wilson. So Patton at the line after her 7th rebound of the first half, gets the three-point play and cannot convert. Back iron no good, and a reach-in foul is going to be called on Tusculum, and that one's just, that's a bad place to reach in back court. The foul going on Sydney Wilson, her second, and the team's, well, King's already in the bonus, so they will shoot 2 free throws with 3:03 to play in the quarter. 53-22 the score, Tusculum with the lead, behind 13 points from Sydney Wilson and 10 from Matoria Patton. And Casey Johnson has 8 points so far in the game. And the first free throw is up and in from Holloway. She'll have a second upcoming. Free throw is up and in. And Coach Devin Carter will test my skills as he puts Denise Dockeran into the basketball game with 3 minutes left to play in the second quarter. 53-24 left to score. Patterson off a screen from Dockeran will fire the three. Shot no good. Rebound pulled down by King. Shea Davis with the rebound, looks to run. Ahead to Holloway. And what is the call? A foul going to be called on Tusculum. A blocking foul going to be called on Sydney Wilson. That is her third personal. So they changed the foul. It is not on Sydney Wilson. It is on Lovely Locklear, and that will be her first. So Sydney Wilson still has 2 personals, and Lovely Locklear has 1. Holloway at the free throw line. Free throw is back iron, no good. Rebound pulled down by the Pioneers' Denise Dockeran. Ahead to Lovely Locklear, almost lost the handle, but got it back. 53-25 the score. Dockeran turns on West, and a traveling violation going to be called on Denise Dockeran, the 6'4" sophomore out of Istanbul, Turkey, by way of Western Nebraska Community College. She went to Özel Bostanki Doga Anadolu Lisel High School. Holloway past Dockeran, shot no good. Rebound by West, goes back up with it, no. Holloway with the board, kick out to the top, and Arnell Collins. Collins on the left wing, goes inside to West, backdoor cut underneath Shea Davis, who put it up and in. Beautiful backdoor cut by Shea Davis, and good recognition from West to find her. 53-27 now the score. 2 minutes left to play second quarter. Patterson, right wing feed, goes to Lovely Locklear. Locklear gets a screen from Dockeran. Locklear shot altered by West, and the rebound's pulled down by West. Outlet feed, Allie Golden. Pull-up jumper on its way. Side iron, no. Rebound pulled down by Lovely Locklear. Pioneers look to run. Lovely Locklear kicks it right wing, Sydney Wilson. Three-pointer on its way. Got it. Sydney Wilson knocks down the three. She's got 16 first-half points, and the Pioneers push their lead to 29. 56-27 the score. Jumper from Collins, no. Rebound tip. 2 Pioneers were there. Sutton saves it into the hands of Callie Patterson. Good job, Maddie. Maddie Sutton showing the balance as she keeps from going out of bounds and saves it into the hands of Patterson. Patterson right wing to Lovely Locklear. Holloway comes out to defend. Nice first step. Locklear all the way to the hoop. Scoop shot off the glass and in. Outlet feed Collins. Pioneers trying to get back defensively. Collins will put it up and in at the other end. So Tusculum didn't get back defensively, and King gets an easy bucket. 50 seconds left to play in the quarter. Pioneers lead 58-29. That's picking them up and putting them down, getting up on the floor. Lovely Locklear on the right wing. Holloway comes out to defend. Sydney Wilson flashes through, gets bumped, and will dribble into the deep right corner. Back to Lovely Locklear on the right wing. Locklear with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Drives to the lane. Shot rolls off the back of the iron and in. Nice roll by Lovely Locklear. 24 seconds left to play in the quarter. 60-29 the score. Golden couldn't chase it down. It goes out of bounds, and the Pioneers will have the basketball with 16.5 seconds left to play in the half. Yelizma Kubidon into the basketball game for the Pioneers, along with Mia Long, as Sydney Wilson and Callie Patterson go out, and Sutton will inbound in backcourt. 16 seconds to play in the half. Shot clock is turned off. Pioneers leading by 31 points. 60 first-half points for the Pioneers. That may be one for the records. Lovely Locklear for a three. Got it to go. As the first half comes to an end, Lovely Locklear knocks down the three, and the Pioneers will head to the halftime locker room with a 63-29 lead. Unbelievable first half for the Pioneers. as they head to the halftime locker room. You head to the Pioneer Halftime Report. It starts after this. Again, your score, Tusculum 63, King 29. This is Lady Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself. The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, one team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Lead. Unbelievable. 63-29 lead. Unbelievable. Pioneers will head to the halftime locker. Knocks down the three, and the Pioneers will head to the halftime locker room with a 63-29 lead. Unbelievable first half for the Pioneers. As they and a King team who was preseason picked second in the Conference of Carolinas. This is not a slouch. This is a solid King team that made it to the NCAA tournament just a year ago, and a King team that returns couples, returns Van de Venner, returns solid players from a year ago, but a team that trails 63-29 to a Tusculum team that shot 52.3% from the floor in the first half and forced 19 first-half turnovers. Folks, coaches are disgusted if they turn the basketball over 20 times in a game. Tusculum has forced 19 turnovers in the first half, and they have 30 points off of those 19 turnovers. I don't know, Mr. Queen. I don't know. 63-29, Pioneers with the lead here at halftime. Back with your first half statistics after this as you listen to Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
So much of life these days is rushing around from one place to another. Sometimes you just want to enjoy the journey on the way to the destination. And part of what makes it a little more enjoyable is an appreciation for the folks who help you get there. At Ingalls, we know that the people who send you on your way are the same ones who keep you coming back.
I think you should take it for a spin. Are you serious?
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family. The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time.
Wow, funny running into you.
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, one team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself. Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Points in the second half against Converse, and the Pioneers won 114-59. I remember that game. I broadcasted that game, and the Pioneers won going away as they scored 61 in the second half. They scored 63 in the first half of this one as they lead 63-29. Look at your first half statistics as Tusculum led in scoring by Sydney Wilson. She goes 4 of 8 from 3 and 4 of 6 from the free throw line, 16 points, and had 1 steal in 10 minutes. 8 points for Casey Johnson, 7 points for Yulisma Kubidon, 10 points, 6 rebounds for Victoria Patton, 6 points for Mia Long to go along with 2 assists, 14 points, 2 assists, and 3 steals for Lovely Locklear, 2 points, 4 rebounds for Callie Patterson, also had 2 assists, 5 rebounds and 3 steals for Maddie Sutton, and 1 rebound for Denise Dalkaran for the Pioneers' total of 63. King led in scoring by Shea Davis, 8 points, 6 rebounds in 16 minutes. 9 points for Arnell Collins, 2 points for Kristen Couples, 4 points, 3 rebounds for Ariel Holloway, and 2 points for Taylor Freeman, and 4 points, 8 rebounds for Corey West for King's total of 29. Pioneers go 23 of 44 from the floor, 52.3%. King goes 10 of 23 from the floor, 10 of 30 from the floor, 33.3%. Pioneers go 8 of 18 from 3. King goes 1 of 4 from 3. Pioneers go 9 of 14 from the free throw line. King goes 8 of 11 from the free throw line. Pioneers out-rebound King 24-23. Pioneers with 8 second chance points off of 6 offensive rebounds. King with 6 second chance points off of 5 offensive rebounds. Points in the paint, Tusculum 30-14. Points off turnovers, Tusculum had 30 points off of 19 King turnovers. King had 9 points off of 7 Tusculum turnovers. And the Pioneers with 25 points in the fast break to King's 6. And Pioneers also had 18 points off the bench to King's 10. Big lead at halftime for the Pioneers as they score 60.5 for the first time in nearly a decade. Your halftime score, Tusculum 63, King 29. This is Lady Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time.
Wow, it's funny running into you.
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Laughlin Memorial. Whatever you do, do it well.
We at the end of halftime yet? We're not, right?
No, not yet.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, one team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Shooting 57%, and it's a press that the Pioneers have worked on in the preseason. A press that saw the Pioneers push out to a first-half lead against Appalachian State. Well, it clicked again in the first half of this one. What will the second half hold? Well, we'll have to find out. Again, your halftime score, Tusculum 63, King 29. Second half action after this as you listen to Lady Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneers Sports Network.
To bring to light and power system, the TVA E-Score Home Evaluation Program will show you.
So we're on track to score 126 points.
Yes.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, one team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Okay, 1 minute total left.
So much of life these days is rushing around from one place to another. Sometimes you just want to enjoy the journey on the way to the destination. And part of what makes it a little more enjoyable is an appreciation for the folks who help you get there. At Ingalls, we know that the people who send you on your way are the same ones who keep you coming back.
I think you should take it for a spin. Are you serious?
Ingalls. All the ingredients for family. The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry. This might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time.
Wow, funny running into you.
Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
And lead 63-29 here at halftime. It'll be King basketball to start this second half as we get set to get this one underway. Casey Johnson, along with Kubidon, Long, Locklear, and Patton on the floor to start the second half. With the basketball for King, Shea Davis dribbles in, gets cut off by Casey Johnson. Now back to the top in Golden. Golden hands it off at the top to Kristen Couples. Couples to Shea Davis. Staying around the top of the perimeter, Pioneers keeping them outside the three-point line. Entry pass to Van Deventer. Drives, backs her way down on Patton. Shot off the glass, no. And the rebound pulled down by Lovely Locklear. Locklear on the sprint. Threw it away. Looking for Kubidon, but had it picked off by Allie Golden. And King brings it back the other way. Golden at the top of the circle. Golden dribbling, Long defending on the right wing. Now at the top of the circle, it goes to Collins. Puts it on the floor with the left hand. Drives on Lovely Locklear. Shot nowhere near. And a rebound pulled down by Patton. Long brings it across the timeline and will set it up at the top for the Pioneers. Same score, a minute into the second half. Long all the way to the hoop. Shot no good. Rebound pulled down by Van Deventer of King. King to Golden across the timeline. Long picks her up at the top. Crossover dribble. Picks up her dribble. Now needs help. And that's a double dribble. Golden lost the basketball. Nobody else touched it before she got it and dribbled it again. That's a double dribble, and the Pioneers will have the basketball back on what is the 20th turnover of the game. On the King University Tornado. Pioneer basketball as Long brings it into the front court. Going to be picked up on the right wing. Now looking for help. Kubidon, entry pass Sutton. Backs her way down on Shea Davis. Outside for Long. Dribbles in. Leaves it for Lovely Locklear. She'll fire for three. Shot short, no. Long rebound picked up by Van Deventer. And King comes away with the basketball. Allen feed to Arnell Collins. Picked up by Kubidon on the right wing. Entry pass picked off by Sutton. Maddie Sutton with the steal. Looks to run the floor. Ahead to Lovely Locklear all the way to the hoop. Put it up, no. Rebound battled for underneath. And it'll be Pioneer basketball on the alternate arrow as Maddie Sutton and Amy Van Deventer get tied up underneath. And the Pioneers will inbound on the baseline as, again, it's Pioneer basketball as King got the first possession to start the second half. Long, wide open at the top, passes up the three, now will drive, gets cut off, leaves it for Lovely Locklear. She'll drive, leaves it for Casey Johnson at the top. Her three-pointer's off the mark, and a foul going to be called on Maddie Sutton going for the rebound. The foul on Maddie Sutton, her second personal. It's the first team foul on the Pioneers of this third quarter. And after a frantic first half, neither team has scored here in the second half. Still 63-29 the score. Pioneers in control. Traveling violation at the timeline. Going to be called on Shea Davis as the double team trap came. Davis hesitated, and when she did, she took an extra step. 21st turnover of the game on King. Long to Johnson, back to Long left wing. Free throw line, Sutton, turnaround jumper from there is no good. Rebound tipped by Lovely Locklear, but right into the hands of Shea Davis. Davis off to Kristen Couples. Crossover dribble at the top, driving on Kubidon. Lost the handle, saved by Collins, left wing. Collins drives, leaves it for Golden, almost lost it out of bounds. Now picks up her dribble. Entry pass down low to Shea Davis, turns on Lovely Locklear. Reverse layup, good. So 2 minutes and 45 seconds into the second half, we get our first 2 points of the second half. 63-31 the score. Long with the basketball at the top of the circle. Long backs it back out. Pioneers set up in the half court with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Long picks up her dribble. Sutton at the free throw line, dribbles in, kick out to Lovely Locklear for three. That one's off the mark, and the rebound's pulled down by King. Pioneers have cooled off to start this second half from the floor. Couples gets cut off by Long. Now to Van Deventer at the free throw line. Needs help. Kick out to Couples. She'll drive on Long, and a foul is going to be called on Mia Long, and that will be her third personal. The team's second of this third quarter. Callie Patterson into the game for the Pioneers as Long will come out. King with the basketball. Golden, the deep left corner, now couples at the top. And an illegal screen is going to be called at the top of the circle on Arnell Collins. That'll be her first personal. It's the first team foul called on King of this third quarter. So the Pioneers get the basketball back on the illegal screen called at the top on King University. Patterson brings it across the timeline, goes left wing to Kubidon. Back to Patterson. Patterson puts it on the floor with the right hand. Nearly double dribbled. Now Casey Johnson over to lovely Locklear. Locklear, Johnson at the top. Left wing feed to Callie Patterson. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Kubidon drives baseline. Tough shot. Got it to go. Nice baseline driving bucket from Kubidon. And the Pioneers push their lead back to 34 points, 65 to 31. Driving in the lane, Shea Davis, she gets the roll off the glass, so King, she gets the roll off the front of the rim, and King enters the Pioneer bucket and trails by 32 once again. Lovely Locklear drives baseline. Double team trap comes. Kick out to Patterson. Wide open three on its way. In, out, no. Rebound Sutton. Put it up, no. Rebound battle for underneath. And a foul going to be called on the Pioneers. The foul going to be called on Kubidon. Her third personal. It's the team's third. And King will have the basketball after the over-the-back foul called on the Pioneers on the rebound. Entry pass goes to Golden in backcourt. Picked up by lovely Locklear. Now to Holloway. She brings it across the timeline. Underneath to Freeman. Freeman kick out. Three-pointer on its way is good from Arnell Collins. Collins knocks down the three, and King back within 29. 65-36 the score. Patterson to Johnson at the top. Right wing feed to Patterson. Deep right corner feed goes to lovely Locklear, and she answers with the three from the corner. Three-point basket, lovely Locklear. Kubidon trying to chase down Freeman, and Freeman beat the Pioneer press, ran it all the way to the other end of the floor, and put it up and in. 68-38 the score. Patterson back to Sutton. Sutton brings it across the timeline. Back to Patterson. The Pioneers will set up in the half-court offense. Lovely Locklear turnaround three, and she's got back-to-back threes as lovely Locklear knocks down another three for the Pioneers, and Tusculum leads 71-38. West with the basketball for King in backcourt. Gets it back to Holloway and brings it across the timeline. What a miss. With the basketball in the deep right corner, Freeman. Freeman drives, shot off the glass, no. Rebound West, put it off the glass, no. Rebound pulled down by Casey Johnson. Johnson to Patterson. Outlet feed, Locklear. Turns Sutton. Passes up the wide open shot. Kick out to Casey Johnson. Wide open three. Back iron, no. Rebound, lovely Locklear. Unselfish basketball by the Pioneers there, and they'll get a second chance opportunity and set up in the half-court offense. Patterson with the basketball, goes right wing to Sutton. Sutton, Casey Johnson at the free throw line, turns on West. Kubidon will fire for three, and she's got it. Back-to-back threes by the Pioneers, two of them from lovely Locklear, and now Kubidon gets into the three-point barrage. Driving a layup at the other end, no good. West gets the rebound. Kick out to Freeman. She'll fire for three. That's an air ball into the awaiting arms of Maddie Sutton. 74-38 the score. Kubidon for three from the deep left corner. This one's short, no good. Rebound tipped, and West comes up with it for the King Tornado with 3:15 left to play in the third quarter. Freeman drives on Patterson, and a foul going to be called on the floor on the Pioneers' Callie Patterson, and we head to a media timeout. 3:13 left to play in the third quarter. It's Tusculum 74, King 38. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, one team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
willing and able to market your home to its ultimate potential. With a heart for the business of people and homes. Stop by our office at 514 Tusculum Boulevard or give us a call. Is someone's home.
Welcome back to Pioneer Sports Resort. Pioneer Basketball, your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again, Justin.
Welcome back into Pioneer Arena. Tusculum leads it 74-38 coming out of the media timeout. That last foul was called on the Pioneers' Callie Patterson, her second. It's the team's fourth, and the Pioneers will guard against the inbounds play underneath, and a good inbounds play coming out of the timeout, drawn up by head coach Josh Thompson of King, as Shea Davis gets the wide open layup underneath. 74-40 now the score. Callie Patterson with the basketball on the right wing. Patterson, pull-up jumper from the free throw line, short-armed it. Rebound, Patterson goes back up with it, no, but draws the foul. And Callie Patterson will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. The foul called on Taylor Freeman. That'll be her fourth. So Freeman has 4, and Callie Patterson will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Patterson in this game has just 2 points, but she has 5 rebounds and has been all over the floor for the Pioneers. Meg Addison into the basketball game for the first time. The 5'7" freshman out of Bristol, Tennessee, Sullivan East High School. Bristol, Tennessee, also the location of King University. And Nyack College, or University, or whatever it is, we found out where Josh Thompson graduated in 2000, is in West Nyack, New York. Oh, Lordy mercy. Mississippi State's leading Alabama 21-17 if you're interested. 75-40, Pioneers with the lead after the Patterson free throws. The Pioneers force a turnover in front court. Is that the correct pronunciation? Yak. But they are not the Yaks, which is very disappointing. They're the Warriors. Callie Patterson with the basketball, drives all the way to the hoop, puts it up, no. Rebound pulled down underneath by King. Outlet feed to Allie Golden. Golden picked up by Lovely Locklear. Here to the deep right corner to Shea Davis. To Golden. Golden, guarded by Lovely Locklear, hands it off to Freeman, lost the handle, got it back, lost it again, right in the hands of Casey Johnson. Johnson ahead to Lovely Locklear, all the way to the hoop, put it up and in. Lovely Locklear anticipated the foul from behind and got the shot to go anyway, and Sydney Wilson steals the inbounds pass, but then double dribbles with it. So Sydney Wilson stole the inbounds, but then got a little bit of ahead of herself. Lovely Locklear, who now has 20 points in the game for the Pioneers. This will be Meg Addison on the drive. She lost the handle, picked up by Shea Davis, and she puts it up and in. Davis gets the bucket, 77-42 now the score, with 1:50 left to play in the third quarter. Callie Patterson into the deep left corner to Lovely Locklear. Three-pointer on its way, off the glass and in. Banks open. Lovely Locklear banks in the three. She's got 23, and the Pioneers lead 80-42. Underneath, Blakely. Turnaround shot, no. Rebound, tipped into the hands of Callie Patterson. Patterson into the front court. Right wing, Sydney Wilson. Dribbles in, kick out to Callie Patterson. The Pioneers set up in the half court. Sutton, entry pass, Casey Johnson got knocked down from behind, and King comes away with the steal. Addison at the other end will lay it up and in. Kiana Battajo up off the bench, up off the bench and set to check into the game for the Pioneers. 1 minute left to play in the third, 80-44, Pioneers with the lead. Callie Patterson gets a screen from Sutton. Casey Johnson, the deep right corner, fakes the three, will drive all the way to the hoop. Shot, no. Rebound pulled down by King's Shea Davis. Davis with the rebound. Dribbles into the front court. Nobody stopped basketball for the Pioneers. Now they finally do. Addison to Gold. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line. Back iron, no. Rebound pulled down by Sydney Wilson of Tusculum. Goodness, my hands are sweaty. Callie Patterson brings it across the timeline for Tusculum. 27 seconds left to play in this third quarter. Pioneers can run the clock all the way down to 7 seconds before they take a shot if they so choose. Callie Patterson gets a screen. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line is good. Good screen from Maddie Sutton, and Patterson knocks down the jumper from the free throw line, and it's 82-44. King with 3 seconds. Golden across the timeline with 1 second. Had it tipped away from behind, and a whistle and a foul is going to be called on the Pioneers at the buzzer. Sydney Wilson doesn't like the call, but she's going to be whistled for her third, and that will send King to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws with no time on the clock. So Golden will shoot 2 free throws with no time on the clock. And they put 0.3 seconds on the clock. So Golden will shoot 2 with their team trailing 82-44. Golden free throw is up and in. Allie Golden makes good on the first. She gets her first point of the game, and she'll be back to the line to shoot the second. Second free throw is good, and the Pioneers will inbound with 0.3 on the clock. So the Pioneers, theoretically, all they have to do is just throw it in because there's not really time to do anything. Casey Johnson to get it in, gets it into Callie Patterson, and the first half comes to an end. And Callie Patterson kind of wanted the same call called on King as she almost got tackled on the inbounds pass. But it's okay. We head to a break. We played 3 with your score. Tusculum 82, King 46. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, 1 team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Let Realty executives guide you home.
Welcome back to Pioneer Sports Report. Pioneer Basketball, your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again,
it'll be King basketball to start this fourth quarter, a game in which the Pioneers lead 82-46. Tusculum shot just 35% in that third quarter after shooting 52.3% in the first half, but they did force 7 turnovers. Shot no good inside for King, and Maddie Sutton pulls down the rebound for the Pioneers. Sutton with Long on the left wing. Long, crossover dribble. Sutton sets a screen. Now to Sutton at the top, looking inside for Casey Johnson. Johnson gets it. Triple team comes, and then a steal, and then Casey Johnson rolls up the back of the King player. And she's slow to get up as Casey Johnson, when she fell to the floor, kind of rolled up on the back of the ankle of the King player. As the injured player is going to be Dakota Hitchner, a 5'8 freshman from Ocean View, New Jersey. As the foul called on Casey Johnson, her third personal, and the first team foul called on Tusculum in the fourth quarter. So King will put Shay Davis into the basketball game, replacing Dakota Hitchner, and King will inbound in backcourt against full court pressure from the Pioneers. 82-46 the score, 9:31 left to play in the game. Inbounds pass goes to Shay Davis, picked up by Long. Outlet feed to Collins, and then King throws it away. It'll be Pioneer basketball as the Pioneers force another turnover with their full-court pressure. And you better believe that everybody in the South Atlantic Conference is going to be studying film on this Tusculum press because it has clicked today, and everybody's going to be trying to figure it out. Long goes right wing to Sydney Wilson. Wilson lost the handle right into the hands of Meg Addison. Addison, outlet feed to Couples. Left wing feed goes to Collins. Collins on the drive all the way to the hoop. Put it up and in. Collins with the bucket off the glass. And the Pioneers bring it into the front court with Long. Long will drive through the lane all the way to the hole. Shot no. Rebound tipped out of bounds off of King. And the Pioneers will inbound on the baseline. Pioneers will next be in action on November the 16th as they'll take on Belmont Abbey. That is a 6 o'clock tip for the Pioneers, as the Pioneers will play 2 more home games before going on the road. Maddie Sutton chases the inbounds pass into the back court, hands it off to Long, and the Pioneers set up into the half court. 82-48 the score. Long puts it on the floor with the left hand, now hands it off to Kubidon on the left wing. Kubidon to Sydney Wilson at the top. Wilson gets a screen from Casey Johnson, and an illegal screen is going to be called on Casey Johnson. Casey Johnson picks up her 4th personal, and that will get Denise Dockeran up off the bench, set to check into the game for the Pioneers with 8:20 left to play. Couples to the free throw line, and Blakely. Turnaround shot, no. Rebound pulled down by Sydney Wilson. Wilson there to the front court. Wilson through the lane, all the way to the hole, lost control of it, trying to save it, and goes out of bounds off of the Pioneers. Dockeran checks out. Casey Johnson will sit with 4 personal fouls. As back into the game for King comes Taylor Freeman, the 5'7" freshman from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, out of Blackman High School, a state powerhouse in girls basketball in the state of Tennessee. Into the front court comes Collins on the break to the hole, count it and 1. As the foul going to be called on Dockeran. And King will send Collins to the free throw line to try to complete the three-point play. With 8:04 left to play in the game, 82-50 the score. Pioneers still the commanding lead, but have cooled off here in this second half. 63 first half points, and the Pioneers have scored just 19 here in the second half. Free throw no good, and Dockeran comes away with the rebound for the Pioneers. Long gets bumped at the top, hands it off to Sydney Wilson. Entry pass to Dockeran. Backs her way down, hook shot on its way, rolls off no. Rebound pulled down by King. Blakely pulls down the rebound. Here to the front court comes Taylor Freeman. Freeman goes to work on Long. Kick out on the right wing to Couples, picked up by Sydney Wilson. Long-range three-pointer on its way from Collins. That one's nowhere near, and the rebound's pulled down by Blakely. Outside, Addison, three-pointer, got it. Meg Addison knocks down the 3. And a timeout called by Tusculum. We head to a break. 7:22 left to play in the game. It's Tusculum 82, King 53. This is Pioneer Women's Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Whatever you do it well.
Welcome back to the Pioneer Sports Network. Pioneer Basketball, your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again,
82-53 to score. The Pioneers with the lead with 7:22 left to play in the game. as it'll be Pioneer basketball coming out of the called Devin Carter timeout, as Tusculum, with a commanding lead at halftime, has been outpaced by King here in the second half, but it would be hard to keep up with the frantic pace the Pioneers had in the first half. Nice cut by the Pioneers' Kubidon. Header shot blocked at the goal and taken away by King. With it at the top is Taylor Freeman. Long comes out to defend. Now left wing feed to Hitchner. Hitchner had her pass tipped by Sydney Wilson. And then a foul's going to be called on Sydney Wilson. Sydney Wilson tipped the basketball, and then it was a scramble for the ball, and that should not be a foul. As Callie Patterson will come in for Sydney Wilson. Lovely Locklear will come in for she'll come in for Long. So it'll be Sutton, Lovely Locklear, Elise McCubidon, and Denise Dockeran on the floor for the Pioneers. And the jumper is good for Couples of King, and it's now 82-55. The score with 6:50 to play in the game. Well, the first half was near perfect, so if head coach Devin Carter was worried about what he would harp on his team about, they've given him something here in the second half. And another turnover by the Pioneers. Here to the front court, this is Blakely off the steal to the hole, put it up and in. So a steal and a bucket. Casey Johnson up off the bench, along with Patton, set to check into the game for the Pioneers. Patterson on the right wing, dribbles out of it with the left hand. Dockeran holds it on the left wing, now hands it off to Kubidon. Patterson will fire for a wide-open three. That's short, no good. And the rebound's pulled down by King's Kiana Blakely. Blakely ahead to Meg Addison to the top in Couples. Couples pull-up jumper from the free throw line. Back iron, no. Rebound pulled down by Maddie Patton. Maddie Sutton, had it tipped away from behind, but safely into the hands of Callie Patterson. 5:50 to play in the game. 82-57 the score. Lovely Locklear gets the handoff. Now back to the top and Kubidon. Kubidon on the drive, all the way to the hole. Tough shot, got it to go. Fadeaway right-handed shot from Kubidon goes, and the Pioneers lead 84-57. King with it, and Freeman goes behind the back. Fadeaway jumper, nowhere near. Rebound pulled down by the Pioneers' Denise Dockeran. Dockeran hands it off to Callie Patterson. Patterson brings it into the front court. Dockeran sets a screen at the free throw line. Left wing feed goes off to Kubidon. Quick first step with the left hand all the way to the hoop. Shot, no, but a foul. And Yelizma Kubidon, or Yo-Yo as her teammates call her, will be to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Kubidon, who in the game has 14 points and 2 rebounds. 25 from Lovely Locklear, leads the way for the Pioneers, as it's 84-57 with 5:05 to play in the game. Kubidon, first free throw is in, out, no. Casey Johnson comes in. Sutton comes out. Patton comes in, and Sutton will go out. Dockeran comes out as Johnson comes in. Free throw is good. So 1 of 2 made by the Pioneers' Elise McCubidon, and then Lovely Locklear steals the inbounds pass. So the Pioneer press continuing to cause havoc for King, even late in this game. 85-57 the score. Pioneers with the basketball. This will be Kubidon on the drive. Gets cut off by Vandevenner, but puts it up and in anyway. Kubidon with the driving bucket over Vandevenner, and the Pioneers lead 87-57. With the basketball on the left wing, this will be King's Taylor Freeman. Freeman had her pass tipped and taken away by Callie Patterson. Now a scramble for it on the floor. Patton comes up with a loose ball and gets into the hands of Lovely Locklear. Jumper on its way from Locklear, rolls off, no, and it hits the shot clock and out of bounds, and we head to a break. 4:19 left to play in the basketball game. It's Tusculum 87, King 57. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry. This might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time.
Wow, it's funny running into you.
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Nice looking home.
Your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again,
Pioneers with the lead, 87-57, with 4:19 to play in the game. Behind 25 points from lovely Locklear, as the Pioneers will guard in the full court pressure in the backcourt. And Locklear steals the inbounds pass. Lovely Locklear gets into the hands of Long, and the Pioneers will set up with 4:10 left to play in this game. Locklear back to Long on the right wing. Long looking in, now to Patton at the top. Casey Johnson will come and get it from her. Johnson to Kubidon for three. Shot rolls off, no. Rebound battled for, saved by King. Battled for and out of bounds off of the Pioneers. So it'll be King basketball. As into the game comes Kiana Batagel along with Denise Dalkaran as Casey Johnson comes out for the Pioneers. And King will inbound with 3:55 left to play in the game. Louise McCubidon went for the steal, didn't get it, and it's safely in the hands of Allie Golden. Golden to Holloway. Holloway looks inside. Batagel tips it away, but right into the hands of Dakota Hitchner. And then lovely Locklear tips it and takes it away. Another steal for the Pioneers. Locklear into the front court. Locklear dribbling on the left wing, now to Long at the top. Long backs it up. Gets a screen from Dalkaran, now to lovely Locklear to Batagel at the top. And a reach-in foul is going to be called on King going against Dakota Hitchner. That'll be her second, just the second team foul called on King of this fourth quarter. And Yulise McCubidon will inbound the basketball right in front of our radio broadcast position. Kubidon gets it in to Dalkaran at the top, back into the hands of Mia Long. Long looks to drive in the lane, kicks it out to lovely Locklear, and a traveling violation is going to be called on Mia Long off of the pass. So 87-57 the score with 3:15 left to play in the game. Pioneers still in full court pressure. As into the front court comes Allie Golden. Golden, kick out, drive all the way to the hoop, and Shea Davis puts it up and in. 87-59 the score, 2:59 left to play in the game. Long brings it across the timeline. Dalkaran holds it high at the top. Batagel comes out to get it. Now Long, and an illegal screen is going to be called underneath on the Pioneers on Batagel. And King will get the basketball back with 2:46 left to play in the game. 87-59 the score. Holloway gets the basketball, waving all the way through the lane, all the way to the hole, and short arm the shot. She did everything right except make it. Long rebound goes out to Allie Golden. Her three-pointer is an air ball out of bounds, and the Pioneers will have the basketball back with 2:33 left to play. So if you're a Pioneer fan, really the only thing that's left is will or won't the Pioneers get to 100 points. It was a frantic pace in the first half, and it slowed down here in the second. Well, that'll help. Elise McCubidon with the three from the deep right corner, and the Pioneers have hit 90. 90-59 the score. 2:10 left to play in the game. Into the front court comes Holloway. Holloway drives all the way to the hole. Shot, no good. Rebound by Vandevenner. Her putback's no good, and the rebound's pulled down by Denise Dalkaran. Into the front court, lovely Locklear. Locklear gets in the hands of Long, and the Pioneers will set up with 20 seconds on the shot clock, 1:50 left to play in the game. Long on the drive, all the way to the hole, puts it up, no. Rebound, Batagel, shot, no. Rebound pulled down by Van de Venner of King. Missed opportunity by the Pioneers. Van de Venner into the front court. Picked up by Dalkaran. Now hands it off on the left wing to Allie Golden. Right wing to Addison. Got away with a travel. Shot blocked, but a foul going to be called on Dalkaran. The foul called on Denise Dalkaran will be her first. Two shots upcoming for Meg Addison is the foul on Dalkaran. As Dalkaran got the block, but they whistled her for the foul. Second free throw upcoming for Meg Addison is no good. Rebound tipped, and Meg Addison will chase it down, but then lose it out of bounds. 90-60 the score with 1:27 left to play in the game. Pioneer basketball. As Long brings it across the timeline. Long, crossover dribble, will drive in the lane, kick out to Lovely Locklear. Locklear directing traffic, will get a screen from Dalkaran outside to Kubidon. Kick out to the top, and Batagel. She'll fire for three and knock it down. Three-point basket from Kiana Batagel, the 5'11 senior from Ancaster, Ontario, Canada, knocks it down from the top of the circle. 93-60 the score. Addison on the drive, picks up her dribble, now goes to the top of the circle, and Shea Davis. Davis will drive on Batagel. Shot blocked away by Denise Dalkaran and taken away by Long. Long on the run, into the front court. Long through the lane, all the way to the hole. Count it and one. Long with the bucket, and she'll be to the free throw line trying to complete the three-point play with 39.2 seconds left to play in the game. Long, who now has 8 points in the game, is 2 for 3 from the free throw line in this game. Long free throw is good. 96-60, Pioneers with the lead with 39.2 seconds left to play in the game. Inbounds feed goes to Kiana Blakely. Blakely into the front court, and she threw it away. Right into the awaiting arms of head coach Josh Thompson. Long brings it across the timeline, and head coach Devin Carter says no shot. So the Pioneers will not score 100 points, but a show of sportsmanship from head coach Devin Carter, as the Pioneers will just wind this clock out. They can't wind it all the way down because there is a 1 second differential between game clock and shot clock. 10 seconds left to play in the game. Long with 3 seconds on the shot clock. Three-pointer on its way from Dalkaran is no good. And the basketball game, and they're going to put more time on the clock, as they're going to put 2 seconds on the clock. I'm not sure why, though, because the ball hit the backboard. The ball hit the backboard. There was no shot clock violation. They got the rebound, and the time ran out. Oh, they called a travel. So they're going to say it's Tusculum basketball, as evidently King got the rebound and then traveled with the basketball. And now the game is over. Your final score, the Tusculum College Pioneers 96, the Keene College Tornado 60. Tusculum behind 63 first half points, win in dominating fashion over the King Tornado Head coach Devin Carter picks up victory number 21, and the Pioneers move to 2-0 on the year. Tusculum dominant over the team picked to finish second in the Conference of the Carolinas as they win 96-60. Tusculum 2-0 on the season, and they'll be back home against Belmont Abbey on November the 16th. Your Pioneer postgame starts after this. Again, your final, Tusculum 96, King 60. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, one team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time.
Wow, it's funny running into you.
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family. So much of life these days is rushing around from one place to another. Sometimes you just want to enjoy the journey on the way to the destination. And part of what makes it a little more enjoyable is an appreciation for the folks who help you get there. At Ingalls, we know that the people who send you on your way are the same ones who keep you coming back.
I think you should take it for a spin. Are you serious?
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Today to move to 2-0 on the year. A successful day in Pioneer Athletics today as the Tusculum football team knocks off the 12th ranked and undefeated Wingate Bulldogs today in football action on Senior Day. And now the Pioneer women knock off King by the final score of 96-60. It was a long time ago, but King actually jumped out to a 2-0 lead over the Pioneers to start this basketball game before the Pioneers responded with a 6-0 run. And the Pioneers never looked back. They led this game by as many as 38 points with 1:45 left to play in the third quarter. After that, the question was, would the Pioneers score 100 points or not? First time the Pioneers scored 60 points at a half since 2008. January 5th of 2008, the Pioneers scored 61 against Converse in the first half. They would go on to score 114 points in that game. They scored 63 in this one. Next up for the Pioneers, they'll take on Belmont Abbey on November the 16th back here inside Pioneer Arena. Back with more of your Pioneer postgame report after this. Again, your final, Tusculum 96, King 60. This is Lady Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, one team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
And 4 rebounds for Denise Dalkaran for the Pioneers, total of 96. King led by Kristen Couples with 18 points and 10 rebounds as she has her second consecutive double-double to start this basketball season. 5 rebounds and no points for Amy Vandeventer. 2 points for Allie Golden, 16 for Arnell Collins, 4 points for Kristen Couples, 4 points for Ariel Holloway, 4 points, 3 rebounds for Taylor Freeman, 6 points for Meg Addison, 2 points, 5 rebounds for Kiana Blakely, and 4 points, 11 rebounds for Corey West for King's total of 60. The Pioneers, with the victory, moved to 2-0 on the year with a 96-60 victory over King, as Tusculum goes 35 of 78 from the floor, 44.9%. King 23 of 61 from the floor, 37.7%. Pioneers go 14 of 33 from 3, while King goes 3 of 9 from 3. The Pioneers 12 of 19 from the free throw line, while King goes 11 of 16 from the free throw line. Pioneers out-rebound King 45-44. Tusculum with 12 second chance points off of 12 offensive rebounds, 9 second chance points for King off of 10 offensive rebounds. Pioneers with 38 points in the paint to King's 34, but the big stat of the game, the Pioneers with 36 points off of 33 King turnovers in 2 consecutive games. The Pioneers forced the opposing team over 20 turnovers in the game. King with 21 points off of 17 Tusculum turnovers. The Pioneers with 29 points in the fast break. King with 16 points in the fast break, as the Pioneers get the win over the King University Tornado. Again, the final, Tusculum 96, King 60. This is Lady Pioneer Basketball and the Pioneer Postgame Report on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, one team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Are you ready to sell your home? Tired of trying to sell a
Pioneer Postgame Report. Your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again,
welcome back into the Pioneer Postgame Report. Tusculum College victorious today, 96-60 over the King University Tornado. A Pioneer squad that in 2 games to start this season has forced 64 turnovers with their four-court press. Remember the old saying when Arkansas was in their heyday was they pressed you as soon as you got off the bus and pressed you until you got back on the bus. Well, that's pretty much what the Pioneers have done this season through 2 basketball games. They forced 31 turnovers against Converse yesterday. They forced 33 turnovers against King today. And the Pioneers racking up points off of those turnovers, 36 points off of the 33 turnovers today, as the Pioneers forced 31 turnovers yesterday. And Tusculum gets the victory 96-60 over King. Back with our player of the game after this 1-minute timeout. Again, your final, Tusculum 96, King 60. This is Pioneer Women's Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, one team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
your home for Tusculum College sports. Once again,
welcome back into the Pioneer Postgame Report. Tusculum College with the victory over King today by the final score of 96-60. Now joined by our Pioneer player of the game, Lovely Locklear, 25 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 7 steals. And this is just one of those basketball games where in the first half, just everything clicked. You all came out playing the full court against King, pushing the tempo, and they just didn't seem to be ready for your all's press in the first half.
Yeah. Well, my coach, literally all he does is harp and harp and harp about that press. So I think it's just literally a habit now. So, yeah, I don't think anybody's prepared for how much pressure we bring.
And I think that's one of the big keys because you all have worked on it so much. It's kind of just become second nature. And he and I were kind of talking at halftime because you score 63 points in the first half. You kind of have to just be pumped up at halftime. And he said it's not clicked like this since the first half of the Appalachian State game. And when it clicks, the whole team just kind of moves together as one unit. It was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing about our team is we want everybody to be successful. So I think that's what keeps us going.
You had 2 good halves, 14 points in the first half, 11 points in the second half, 25 points, 5 of 8 from 3. But in that first half, it seemed to be a lot of transition points. In the second half, King did a little bit better of a job taking care of the basketball, and you all had to be more patient and set up in your half-court offense.
Yeah, it was pretty annoying because I like to run a lot, and when I can, we have to find ways, and that's when the steals come in.
Yourself, Yo-Yo, Mia Long, you all seem to be the athletic point guards that get out in front. When the 3 of you all get out in transition, not too many guards in college basketball are going to be able to keep up with you.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty fun playing with Yolizma. She literally just is the energy. Her and Mia Long is literally the energy. And when I see them hype, I get hype. So
start this season 2-0. You come in a new face on this Pioneer squad, not sure what to expect, but jump out to 2 straight victories. You force 64 turnovers in the first 2 games and can't start much better than that.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's really amazing. I think we got a lot more in store, though. I don't think we played the best we could yet.
63 points the first half, cooled off a little bit in the second half, and I said at one point, Coach Devin Carter, coaches always look for something to harp on. I guess he can harp on the second half a little bit.
Yeah, he can. Trust me, there's a lot of more harping to come with that.
So, Lovely Locklear out of Durham, North Carolina. You make your way to Tusculum College this season. What do you think so far?
I'm loving it, man. I am loving it. That was a great decision that I made.
Great place to be.
Yeah, it's great.
We appreciate your time. Good game. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Lovely Locklear, our player of the game, 25 points in the game as Tusculum College victorious over King 96-60. We chat with Pioneer head coach Devin Carter, and we come back with more as you listen to the Pioneer post-game report on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time.
Wow, funny running into
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
What does the future hold for our community? What will the local economy be like 5 or 10 years from now? Will there be opportunities for our children, or will they have to move to a different area to find work? By shopping and investing locally, you're helping to create opportunities locally. Be community-minded when you shop or invest. Greenville Federal Bank, member FDIC. Banking made easy.
This is the Pioneer Postgame Report on the Pioneer Sports Network. Your home for Tusculum College sports. Now, head coach Devin Carter and
Welcome back into the Pioneer Postgame Report. Tusculum College victorious over King University today to move to 2-0 as they win 96-60 over King. Head coach Devin Carter picks up victory number 21 in his Pioneer coaching career. And, Coach, we kind of talked about it a little bit at halftime as you came back out of the locker room. That full-court press just kind of clicked, and we talked to Lovely Locklear, our player of the game, and she kind of said, that press is something that Coach just drills on us and drills on us and drills on us, and it's just kind of become second nature. It's early in the season, and this press is already starting to click for this team.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that, when you want to pressure somebody, it's not something you can do spur of the moment. We've worked on this thing for so long. We're in it every day. we try to put them in as many situations as possible that are going to come through in a game. So, really proud of our effort. That's the thing that I'm most proud of tonight is just the effort, because to play that way, you're going to get tired, but you got to be tough enough to compete when you're tired and to think when you're tired and to do all those things. So, I told the girls that there's going to be a moment where it clicks, in a ball game, and you're like, wow. And that's the power of it. When I played for Kevin Keats, who's the head coach at NC State, that's how we played, and I remember how fun it was. And so, when we went out recruiting, we tried to get, players that were long and athletic and who could run, because, I felt like in our league, which is probably the toughest league in the conference, toughest conference in the country, I felt like we had to do something to separate us. And so tonight, I think you saw a combination of a lot of hard work and some kids that bought in.
I talked to Lovely Locklear, and I talked about how in the transition, when she, Kubidon, and Long get out front, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Because they run the floor well, they work well together. And I talked about in the pregame about Long being the speed, but Lovely said that it's Kubidon who's really the energy of those three. She said it's amazing how much energy she brings.
Absolutely. Yelizma is a phenomenal athlete, but she plays so hard. When we're in sprints, it's her and Mia going back and forth, and she really gets after it. She's a long kid, but she plays so hard, and if she makes a mistake, it's not because of effort. She's going to give you everything she's got, and she sets the tone for us. And so whether it's with ball pressure, deflections, or whatever, Yo-Yo is a very, very vital piece to what we're trying to do here.
You talked about how many ball deflections you like to get in a basketball game. We've played 2 games, 64 turnovers forced, and 31 against Converse, 33 today against King. And this is and I tried to stress, you had such a big lead at halftime. I tried to stress this is a good King basketball team. This is a King team who's picked to finish second in the Conference of the Carolinas.
Yeah.
You forced 33 turnovers against a well-coached, well-run point guard basketball team. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I think that they're a young basketball team, and like I said, Coach Thompson, he's one of the best coaches around. He does a heck of a job, and he had some kids graduate, had some departures, but it's no doubt that guy can just flat out coach. And tonight I think that you go into a game and you shoot 42% from three, and you get to the free throw line almost 20 times, and you knock those down. It's just one of those nights where things click for us. So, pressure and chaos is what we try to force, and we want other teams to try to make plays on us, and we want to create some offense off our defense.
Arkansas used to play 40 minutes of heck. They would press you as soon as you got off the bus until you got back on the bus, and through 2 games, that's what Tusculum has done. You play in the full court. You talk about the hard work that this team put in the preseason. How much does it help when they work that hard, and then as soon as the season starts, they see immediate success? So the players' mentality is, you know what, this crazy coach of ours may be right. This may work.
Well, you know what? That's funny because last year we struggled, but I told everybody I felt like we built a lot of good habits, and right now. We've got 6 players out, some of which are really going to be contributors for us, but our upperclassmen really held that group together. And so, when we're going through conditioning in the morning and all that stuff, those upperclassmen were the ones bringing energy. We got 9 new faces, and, we got a lot of moving parts right now. And so to have those upperclassmen back, to recruit some great kids who really bought in, it's great because, our preseason was really tough. And, this is the way that I've been wanting to play for a while. But to get kids to buy into that sometimes is tough because you have to play so hard. And you have to, be willing to sacrifice. And whether it's points, whether it's minutes. Casey Johnson, she played 26 minutes today. She's normally used to playing 40. She's used to playing 38 minutes today. And so, to see those girls really buy into their new roles, I think they see now that, hey, we worked this hard for a reason. And so I'm proud of them, love them to death. And, we've got a challenging schedule coming up. And so, you know, we got to get healthy and we got to continue to remain focused.
Coach, good win tonight. Historic win tonight with 63 points in the first half. Things are going so far, and it's a fun brand of basketball to watch.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Coach Devin Carter, his victory over King today. Pioneers will next be in action on November the 16th when they take this full court pressure against Belmont Abbey back here inside Pioneer Arena. The executive producer of the Pioneer Sports Network, Nathan Humbert, for Coach Devin Carter, and our player of the game, Lovely Locklear, Justin Jeffers. Again, your final, Tusculum 96, King 60. This is Pioneer Women's Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network.